by the John Wayne International Airport. I used to say it was somebody I met, but the truth is it was me. I'm old enough now I can just say, yeah, it was me. But we'd had one of those things where we were coming in for a landing, and just before we landed, the engines revved up, and the plane, you could feel the nose being pulled up, and the whole thing just kind of went, and we were just barely moving, and it didn't look very good. And anyway, he was drinking in the airport bar, and I asked, "Are you coming or going?" "I have been there," he said, "and I almost didn't come back." He said, "The engines failed and we seemed to be falling forever. I've never been so afraid." Then he took a sip of his drink, rolled back his sleeve. He'd printed his name down the length of his arm, and below that he'd written, "Honey, I love you." "It's strange," he said, "what goes through your mind at a time like that. I hope to God this washes off," he said. "My wife just loves to worry." Well, last night, I got to do something that I don't do very often anymore, and it's something I really love, which is smoke a cigar. Well, this is a poem about smoking a cigar, with a nod to Freud. When I step in from the deck after smoking a cigar, my wife glares at me and says, "You stink," but I can't resist. They punctuate the routine drudgery of a day, and not with a comma, but an exclamation point, a smoky ellipsis of desire. Robusto, torpedo, Maduro. We need a romance language to talk about cigars. Buckley once handed me a fat Cubano, a Romeo y Julieta, made in a factory where a worker reads poetry aloud while the others roll. If I could taste the difference. A cigar is never just a cigar. It's a wet kiss, a tongue in your mouth, and both of you burning. Who was he kidding? Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Yeah, right. The fragrance welling up from the petals of the iris is more arousing than a woman's scent. This sexual vertigo is sadly charming. I would penetrate those petals if I could.